Hey everyone, Arus here. Back again with another deck profile from Locals. We celebrate our victories on this channel, but we also talk about our problems. And this week just past was fucking atrocious. I have never done as bad at a Locals as I did this weekend. I went 2-3, which is god awful. I can't tell you how bad that is for my standards. I'm used to normally always placing kind of in the top four area. This was atrocious, awful. In my defense, I prepared awfully. In my defense, I prepared awfully for this tournament, for this locals. I built the deck in the morning. This deck, the only reason I'm showing it is because people want to see like Mermails and Atlanteans. Don't play this deck. It is awful. I will update this deck with an updated build, which will be much smoother. But I left the Nimble package and the Sprite stuff at home, and also some of the Ice Jade cards. So literally I'm playing 2016 Mermails with 2024 cards in the extra deck. Like, it's just awful, and the power creep really shows. Like round one I played against Chris, shout out to Chris, Mystic Frost 86, and he's playing Branded Chimera. He knows how to play the deck really well, solid player. He bricked in game one awfully, and okay, I mean I bricked too, to be fair, but it took me 3 turns playing an OTK based deck to win in a grind game, which is awful. Games 2 and games 3 he didn't brick, I still bricked, and I was just unable to do anything about it. It was atrocious. And I also think that my experiences from the weekend probably have something to do with the fact that I played a lot of completely uninteractive Yu-Gi-Oh! I played round 2 somehow. I played against Snake Eyes, which was hilarious for someone to lose round 1 at locals, but it is what it is. I lost that game 2-1 as well. I did win a game. Like, I never lost 2-0 apart from... No, I don't think I lost 2-0. So I think I lost 2-1 every time. Anyway, I lost 2-1 Snake Eyes. And then round 3 I played against Dan, my good friend Dan, who puppet locked me game 1. Game 2 I hand looped him and then Dimensional Barriered his only branded fusion. And then game 3 he Thunder Dragon locked me and literally all of my cards said add. I had a Teus, a Dragoons, I had an Eptabis, but he had dragons in... Thunder's in the graveyard, so I couldn't pop the goddamn Colossus. And I had Prosperity and stuff, and I was like, this sucks. And then I played against Dark World, and I hand looped the Dark World deck, which was interesting. Deep Sea Minstrel. That was the only time I actually drew well. And when the deck draws well, you can combo incredibly and is so good. It was just awful. This deck was just awful. It was awfully built. Anyway, I digress. It was a bad day. And then I got slapped in. No, I won the last round as well. But hey, this is the deck profile. I said I would bring it. But again, I just need to stress, this is not good deck building. This is what happens when you forget half your cards and in the morning you have to build your deck. Don't do this. Build your deck before locals. This was atrocious. That being said, very pretty. We have 3 Abyss Megalos, nice OG secrets. Unfortunately, we don't have the ulti Teus upgrades yet. We will one day, trust. And then the last Mermail card was Abyss Gund. You see, we don't have Pike here. We shouldn't be playing 3 Abyss Megalo. We generally only play 1. This is the kind of shit show we had to go with. So there's my Mermail package. 3 Neptabis. This card is still like incredible even to this day, as is the 3 Dragoons. Again, we'll have ultis soon, don't worry. And I mean soon in the most possible way, because they're like 200 each. Then we played 2 Heavy Infantry, and somewhere we played 1 Marksman. This was okay. This I never used. these obviously were incredible. You can't, like, the Neptibus and the Dragoons are the saviors of the deck. This card is incredible though, as is this. So the Deep Sea Minstrel and the Deep Sea Divas, these are all 3Ls, because this this and a Dragoons is just what I did to the Dark World player, was open this and Dragoons and was like, cool. Then it was able to allow me to summon the Diva and then make my way into Moon and Glacier so that we could hand rip all of the cards, knowing that I'm safe from being obliterated by Dark World effects, which was a surprise to see. So yeah, I wouldn't change that for sure. That was definitely good. Tidal was cool. He was like, his Fallish effect came in a couple of times. His Summon effect came in a couple of times. He was good. He was fine. This card, I drew him open in hand 3 times. How? I fucking hate this card, but it is quite good for combo. I didn't really use Stream. I didn't use Artisan, and I didn't use Sentry, and that makes up all the monsters. These, in theory, are good with the Diva package and Minstrel as well. I guess you play it, but I was not really impressed, to be honest. For the spell lineup, we played triple Prosperity, triple Tactics. I feel like these are musts if you're playing an older deck like this. You need all the draw power you can get, and these cards are just good. We went with 2 droplets mained. Not that I actually saw these at all. Yeah, I sided the third one as well. I'd probably main all 3, to be honest, because they are really quite useful. It also allowed me to play around a couple of interactions, so I do really like droplets. Then we have 2 Deep Sea Area. This card was okay, actually. Being able to add any of my Sea Serpents, as long as I had the water in the graveyard, was actually quite good. It also allowed me to control the graveyard if I was to put 6 in there, because you could banish the water and add 1, knowing that you could go for the Moon and Glacier. The one called by, I feel like you have to have this to allow your Neptibus and stuff to resolve. Then the 1-for-1. This I used to summon the Neptibus a couple of times. I think it's a must. And obviously this just gives you a search for Megalo. Overall, poor deck building. Really bad. But I missed out on the Nimble Anglers, which meant I couldn't play the Gigantic Sprite, which meant that the Akashima in the extra deck was not as good, because you want to really XC summon using Sprite to get rid of it. Yeah, so many problems, honestly, because like I didn't have my swap frogs. Like, it was just brutal. And the realization of playing 2024 with like 3 Megalos and stuff really hurt. I got a lot of cool comments there saying how my deck was based and stuff, based in the bottom half of the table, but okay. Aegerin, this card's nuts. Unfortunately, it's really quite difficult to summon in this version of the deck. I did summon it once though, and when I did, it was very good. Same with Cheng Ying. These cards were here for the Ice Jade Aegerin card, which I didn't have because I left it at home. These would be in there. Dragite would be in there. Omega would be in there. This would not. This was awful. I just kept on siding it out every game. I will never play this card again. It's useful in certain builds, but in the build that I was playing, this was shite, and I would not play it. But then if I played the proper build, I would, because it is really useful for the extra, the hand loop returning and extension effect. So, you know, the more you know. This card was good. I would play Coral Dragon again for sure. Abyss Chaos actually allowed me to sit on it and win a couple of games based on the fact that it's got that skill drain effect. And people don't realise you can't attack it if it has material and it's like a level 5 or higher. That was funny to catch people out. Bahamut Shark and Totally Awesome. Yeah, of course. You definitely play that. SP was good. Sprind was good. Abyss Leatia was dog shit. You very need specific setup for her. And the build that I was playing made it really difficult because I had Anima. And Anima, when I used Anima to get rid of Neptibus, I had no way to get Anima out of the extra deck because Coral Enemy and Akashimi this is a different one. This needs 2 monsters at the same level to go for it. This needs 2 waters. This needs like 2 fish, sea serpent, and or aqua monsters. This needs 2 monsters, including a level or rank link 2 monster. And SP Little Knight is fine, but then its arrows point left and right. This was awful. This was so badly built. And that was a massive, massive problem with how this deck played. I found myself in so many bad positions where I could not get things into the graveyard, and I blame it all on my deck building for that day. It was so bad. So bad. Side deck. Triple Ash, the 1 droplet, the Change of Heart, the Mind Control, the Harpy Silver Duster, and the 2 Lightning Storm. These are good. I did side all of these in for various matches. Triple D barrier, again, certain auto wins. 2 threatening roar. This actually hilariously allowed me to stay alive against Dan when he puppet locked me, but it didn't really matter because I didn't draw it for the next turn. And then the Abyss Dweller, which I did side in almost every game. So there you go, there is that. So yeah, this was my Atlantean Mermail 2016 deck profile in 2024. So yeah, you live and you learn. Big mistakes were made, and that's fine, as long as you learn from it. So guys, my advice to you is don't leave half your cards at home if you're going to play a certain deck, and pay attention when you're deck building, especially in your extra deck, because it can really hurt. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.